Hey guys, Jesse here. AI Music Money, quick credibility check. Why should you even watch this video or why should you listen to me? It's because in the past couple of months I made $50,000, almost $50,000 with AI Music, utilizing search engine optimization and two skills. The skills being search engine optimization and meta prompting. The past 2 months I've made over $20,000 a month, and I'm sharing it all here with you. Thank you to everyone who's used my affiliate link in January. And I got paid. I got $10 from each of you for using that, and you should have saved money, 50% or 7%. Those links should be below. I appreciate every one of you. Go watch all my videos, but this is a complete course, masterclass right here. Keyword research, finding your niche, all the way through claiming your YouTube, your official artist channel on YouTube, and your official Spotify channel. Okay, pay attention, take notes, save this, rewatch it. Okay, if you want to know how I made this money, you want to know how I got over 12 million streams on Spotify now, go check out this video. All right, here's my stats through DistroKid. I'm gonna go to that's the bank. You can see my withdrawals. Now let's look at my stats of what's even reported on DistroKid, and this is lagged behind Spotify. It doesn't even report YouTube. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, we're gonna go to my stats here. It says, yeah, over 12 million streams, right, combined. This is all my artists, but the majority of this is from one artist. Right, if you want to know how I did this, go check it out. Watch all my videos. Back to the lesson. What we do is keyword research. I was scrolling through, and this is how I do my keyword research. I think I saw like an Egyptian video or something, and I was like, I like the Viking music. It's doing well. I think it's performing well for a couple of reasons. One of them being it's a dead language or older language. Not many people are speaking it. That automatically narrows down our competition pool. On top of, so I saw like Egyptian music or something. And I was like, I'm getting, I get my feeds on my channels are tailored to me, so I get this stuff propagated to me. Decided to come and do some keyword research, and I typed in ancient music. I was like, okay, very low competition, 23,000. That's within. I look for stuff that's 10,000 or more, and I'll drop search volume with low competition. Right? I don't have a number for competition, just as long as it's low. But this is very low, so that's pretty good. I was like, all right, let's check it out some more. It's worth investigating. So I clicked on matching terms for ancient music, and then I saw, the highest ranking term being kind of like ancient Egyptian music, but it basically gave us a list of freaking keywords that I got here that we can target, right? So we got ancient Egyptian music, ancient Greek music. So we can put these for now until something changes. We can use these to tag our metadata, our songs, and our titles of our albums, right? And our playlist and our videos on YouTube. So we got a couple of good keywords here, rising month over month for us to listen to. So what it is I think people are becoming aware that this stuff is available, and they're searching for it. But there's demand here, right? There's a product people are looking for. They're looking for a digital product, right? And not a lot of that product exists, plain and simple. So this is where we find our ability to get in here, right? Ancient Kurdish war music, that sounds cool. Persian music, ancient violin music in background, ancient Japanese music, ancient dungeon music. Maybe put that in a video or something. Target some Dungeons and Dragons players. Uh, that sounds cool, but that might be like a play or something. Um, pretty cool, right? So we got a list of keywords to target, mainly something like this, but we can build a whole channel, a whole genre around this. So that's what we're going to do here, start it from beginning to end, an entire channel. So I wanted to come up with a name, but first I did a little research, and I clicked on ancient Egyptian music, and I wanted to see what was happening out here, right? Because we got low competition, rising month over month, 90%. That's pretty good. And start scrolling down here to see what we got. 249 subscribers for Egyptian cat music videos. So they're basically getting in there because Egyptian and cat music is a search term, right? Egyptian music, ancient Egyptian music for cats. So they're banking on that. See, 259 subscribers. This guy's got 142,000 views, but it is a short, right? Boom. So what we want to look for is long form videos, and we want to see if people have anything published. So we got this guy right here banking ancient Egyptian keywords, right? So we go check them out. Boom, get over to their channel, run the vidIQ stats. That's another reason I like vidIQ. Not only does it do keyword research, but it gives us quick channel stats. They're uploading 4 times a week and average length 2-hour videos, and they're making 2K, but they also don't have any releases, right? They don't have a band. So they're kind of like a group, and you can see they talk about the project development team over here, and their music's everywhere. So based on this, we're going to release some albums targeting these keywords: ancient Egyptian music, ambient music, and right, they're just keyword stuff in these titles. So since they are monetized, roughly, supposedly, according to that app, we're going to target this niche. I'm not going to imitate this channel. I'm going to do something totally different. But because I want to also target not just ancient Egyptian music, I also want to target all these. So I'm going to go a little broader. And so we need to come up with a name. And I did some searching around. And the way I come up with names is I just start thinking of stuff, or I ask ChatGPT or I ask Claude. And then I make sure the domain name, the .com, and the YouTube video are available. That's a very hard thing to do. So you don't have to do that, but you do got to make sure the name's available. So I was talking with ChatGPT, and it's actually a name I've kind of tossed around more than once, but I did my research. I was looking at all the music and all the different, basically, languages I can start targeting, right? Even if they don't have a search term, I can still put it in there. And I named it Northern Temple. So I went over to Hostinger, which is where I host a lot of my domains, right? I got tons of domains. But you see, I got Dark Ambiento, Cloud Rap Boy, uh, another project I'm working on with my mom. And then last night, I bought northerntemple.com, .org, and .net, right? I also like growing mushrooms, if you don't know. I do grow lion's mane. But I bought Northern Temple. So that is going to be our name. You're doing this kind of ancient chanting, some Vedic music, right? These big views on YouTube, so I think the albums will perform well. There's a very large worldly audience, right? So we'll go with the name. We're not going to do a whole bunch of YouTube setup. There's a million videos on that. I don't do. It takes me 3 seconds, but I'm gonna make a picture maybe and then upload it. I might even just use one we already have, right? But I'm going to create the channel. The most important thing is making sure the names are available, right? But you see channels like the one we looked at in the example has like 1, 2, 3 after its name. I don't like that, but you can just put numbers after the name and then name it whatever you want up top and make it the keyword, right? But we're going to take Northern Temple. We're going to create that channel. We're over here on the same channel where I have the Bruvala, right? One of my other artists. Boom. And now we're going to create, well, we're going to try again. Oh, there we go. It does exist. I thought I didn't create it. I was like, dang. And so now we got Northern Temple. Great name. We own the .com. Branded now. Nobody can take that from us. So now we have a channel. When we do make our first album, we're going to upload this video here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I highly recommend getting a ChatGPT Plus, but this is the free plan. I'm able to get these prompts into code blocks with the free plan of ChatGPT. So we'll make all these songs with ChatGPT, and I've already made a couple. And this is the free plan, but I don't know the quality of images. Give me a 1, 2, 3 x 3 ancient Egyptian album cover. Now, see what it does. And of course, I hit an extra button because I got fat fingers. And we're going to see what this says, right? But it wants me to subscribe and give them money. We'll see. But oh, look, it's creating an image. So you may be able to do some of this for free. I don't know the rights of this image. Please look that stuff up. You might not own that. You might not be able to commercially use this or something. I just highly recommend paying that. So for $50 a month, right? $48 a month, you get this whole thing set up. So I think it costs roughly $50. I would tell it to remove this, right? But let's ask ChatGPT. Or do I own the commercial rights to this photo? We'll see what it says. But double check. There you go. it says you can use it commercially, right? I don't retain ownership and it's not restricted. There we go. You can, if you wanted to call it ancient Egyptian chants, that actually looks pretty dang good. I wouldn't complain too much about that, right? But so, without further ado, very simply, I asked it, and I had to prompt it more than once because it doesn't know me, it's not trained. But I said, give me, and this is the prompt right here. Uh-oh. Write 20 songs of ancient Egyptian choruses, style prompts for ancient Egyptian music. And this is one of the two skills you need, right? Remember, we need search engine optimization and meta prompting. Those are our skills. I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, but I say it in most of my videos. Remember, I do this unscripted because I do this every day. And my favorite part is creating, right? So, and I said, write me 20 song titles, ancient Egyptian choruses and style prompts for ancient Egyptian music. Ensure to name the instruments, set the BPM, set male or female vocals chanting the ancient Egyptian. Make these all one big prompt for Suno AI music generators and have each song in a separate copy code block. And then it didn't have any, which I think this is important, it didn't have any ancient Egyptian lyrics. So I said, hey, where are the ancient Egyptian lyrics? And it gave them to me. And so I generated 2 songs before I fired up the video to make sure we could do this. So potentially you can get started doing this for 30 bucks a month, but I highly recommend 50. The next tool you need is Canva, which is free. I use the free version all the time, but I recommend getting, signing up for a $20 a month version. So I pay for all these. So I'm spending like $70 a month, but I use Canva for everything. Here, Temple of Ra awakens already, Sun over the Golden Nile, right? And then we're going to do some more Lotus Crown Ceremony. And now we're going to generate our songs. It's got our ancient Egyptian in there. Super exciting. Copy code blocks make this way faster. And there's other ways to do this. Got people in the school community coming up with cool stuff, sharing their own ideas. Claudebots out there doing things for people. Might even be able to do all this. There's so many cool things going on. So now back, we got our playlist here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull that up and refresh. And I'm gonna use my Suno helper tool, but if not, you would go down here and you would download WVs one at a time. We have this extension available in the school community as a way for supporting me. These guys asked me to start that up, and now we got that, and we're gonna download, and you'll see pictures in a way. Starts downloading all these WAV files and a track list in order of your playlist that you can copy and paste right into your YouTube video, and a JSON file so it uploads all your metadata to DistroKid, which we'll take a look at, which I already had to download this and put it on the other Chrome for this. But while this is downloading, we're going to go over and use our free ChatGPT to create our picture here. So we got it in, like I said, we're in our first thing, we're on a free plan, and it says we own these. So I had made more of these. So now I want to tell it to remove the text overlay, and make this more realistic, please. Right? We don't got to get super complicated with this. You just need to be able to tell these machines what you want them to do. They're all little helpers, right? And they only work as well as you prompt them to work. They need purpose, direction, and motivation, guidance, right? And we'll be creating our image here. Pull it off to the side so I can still look at this. I want this. Sometimes it likes to get lose signal, so we don't want that to happen. If you're used to clicking off your tabs and working in the background, if you're using this tool, don't leave this up. Don't click off, or else it stops playing around. But I'm on an old computer and on Wi-Fi, so like I said, I'm basically a boomer. Upgrade to create faster, right? But we'll see. But the bottom line is you don't have to edit this. You can just upload it as is, especially you can use ChatGPT to edit like I just showed you. Whereas I would normally just pull it to Canva and erase that. But now we got our image. We're going to download that and using this. So there we go. Design, get started, free. All right. Continue to Canva, thanks. So here we are in the free version of Canva, and let's see if we can make this the way we want. Let's go ahead and do it here. Same thing, custom size, 3000, 312, tab 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, here we go. See, it wants me to, right, it already is for a podcast. So there, that's what it's for podcasts too. So you can upload your podcast at DistroKid too, right? So here we are. We'll pull this in here and see how we're looking. Set that to the background. Now when we edit, let's see what we got. So I know like some of this stuff's are pro only. Yeah, see pro, but maybe we don't have to use those. We can just use some good filters. If you know me, I like the vintage ones. Gives us some nice pop sometimes. Now we'll go back, see if we get, oh, did we get free autofocus? You may not even need to pay for Canva, guys. That's kind of cool. There you go. We got our autofocus right here. I like autofocus to make things pop sometimes. If you want to, just gives it a little depth to the photo, like I'm actually looking down. This is a great photo. We're going to use this for our first album. I like this. Ancient Egyptian music. We're going to keyword. I like to keyword everything personally. I like the keyword. I like to search engine optimize all metadata. That includes titles, thumbnails, tags, folders. But I don't get carried away with it anymore. But there was a time. There we go. We'll call it Ancient Egyptian music. Now we're going to download. Oh, no, I clicked that wrong one. Download. Bada boom. See if it lets me do this. And now I think you can do this very cheap. I think that you can get started with this very cheap. We just made our thumbnail for free, right? This is our albums, titles, thumbnails are free. I don't know how much you need, but that was free. Now we're going to go over to DistroKid. This is going to be our first album on this new DistroKid. You notice that there's no music or nothing. We're going to upload music. And I already have the Suno helper tool on here, right? So we're going to use that the DistroKid helper, which is the DistroKid version. And let's check on. All right, cool. We're at 19 to 22. Make sure this keeps downloading. And then we'll be ready to upload. So we have our thumbnail and everything. I'm super surprised how cheap this is, honestly. Yeah, I'm still very surprised. I think once more people start making money with Suno, they're going to jack those prices for sure. It only makes sense. All right, so we got that downloading. We got our album cover created and downloaded. Now we'll look at as soon as this is done, we're going to upload this. As soon as we're getting it uploaded, we're going to make one video. I'm going to show you how to make one video, and we're going to get that uploaded to our new YouTube channel. Okay. And then I think that'll complete the process for today. Like it'll be the entire everything that you need to know to do this and just repeat this process and then find your songs that are performing well and repeat it again, right? Creating that zip file now. And this 22 songs is an arbitrary number. And I didn't have to do 22. I could have done 10. But in my mind, I'm like, if I can do one, might as well do 20. It's increasing my odds, right? That's just my opinion. But it's also increasing my odds of getting album sales on iTunes. Because then people would rather pay 99 cents for one song, or would they rather pay $4.99 for 20 songs or 30 songs, right? That's the way my thinking there. I think that's why I've gotten thousands of dollars in album sales, because that I put a bunch of songs on here. There's a basic value proposition for me, right? Math problems. So that's what we're doing here. Zip files creating, taking forever. Way down there, Northern Temple. Boom. And then the first album, I'm going to make it, the first folder we're going to make in there is just going to be the month and the year. So Feb 2026. And it'll be everything that we do for this artist in February 2026. And I'll keep it simple. That's my naming convention. Artist name, month and year. Right? And that way, now we select this and downloading it there, save, and now we're going to extract it, right? Now we're going to look at it. It popped it open over here. I like it when it does that, so it's not necessarily on screen. Now we'll open that. Oh, zoomed in because I'm a boomer. 1000%. Don't forget to zoom your computer in if you ever want to zoom things in. Here we are. We'll extract all. Right, if you have trouble reading your screen, don't forget, go to settings and zoom in. We're going to extract all those right here into Northern Temple, first album. This makes it fast. It'll take a few minutes. It'll take a few seconds, not even minutes. I'm going to open up CapCut while this is happening. We're going to start prepping that because we're going to drop a WAV in there in a minute, and we're going to make and we're going to drop our album cover in there, and we're just going to make a quick video. All right, we're all extracted. Also, open. There's everything. Here's our track list, right? For some of you who don't know what the track list looks like, pops it up just like that. Now you'll see that it's over an hour there. So I pop it into ChatGPT when they're over an hour, and I have it convert this to hours and minutes, or you can do it manually if you want. Copy and paste all that right into your YouTube video. Right, so we got all that done, open that up, and now we're here. Now we'll go to our DistroKid helper tool. We should be able to select the Metadata. Gotta make sure to edit all this crap out because I know that it's just steadily. So we'll select our Metadata, upload that. Actually, we're going to see if this works because if you only have one artist, this should work. I don't have a drop-down box. This is what I was checking for. If you have 10 artists or 20 artists and you got a drop-down box here, the name will not autofill. But if you just have one, it should autofill. Northern Temple. Do not misspell this. This is very important. Okay, if you mess this up, it's going to create you a new artist. If I spell this wrong next time, it'll be a whole nother artist. I'm going to put my name. Of course, it's showing info because it likes to just freaking show my info. I would love to turn this stuff off. I need to figure it out. Ancient Egyptian music. And now we will autofill. This should autofill our DistroKid. Should say metadata working. This is actually applying metadata. And make sure that you put it where it says song, then title down here in prepend. Boom, 26 titles filled. That makes me excited. So if you still just have one artist, it will autofill the name. But as soon as you get a drop-down box, autofill the name doesn't work anymore. So now you can see Northern Temple autofilled. No, we're not on Spotify. No, we're not on Apple Music. No, we're not on YouTube. No, we're not on Instagram. No, we're not on Facebook, right? You're going to go make all these accounts and you're going to add those manually if you want them, right? And you can do it later. You don't got to do it now. It's going to create them for you. Nope. Nope. We can upgrade and put a label here. If you want to be able to change it, we got to upgrade. If you want to be able to change prices, you got to upgrade. I like to drop it down to $5.99. Have to. So I see that you can't even drop that price there. So this album's going to be $9.99. Definitely want to put more songs on there if you can't change your price to $5.99, right? Primary genre, we're just going to go New World. Where is it? New Age, right? And then we're going to select genre and world. And then we're going to put our album cover in there. There's our free album cover. Pretty good. Since we did that, we'll put it in reverse order. And we'll just have to do them backwards. No big deal. I'll be back in just a second. Now we're uploading. Click upload. Hopefully I fast forwarded to here and stopped. So free ChatGPT made these songs and the album cover. Now we'll take one of our WAVs and we're going to go over to here and we will import a video. So we'll pull our WAVs in here. We got Sand Spirit. We'll just make one for that video right here. And I'm going to drag it right in. Boom. Pop that file back open. And we're going to drop our album cover in there. And we're just going to use that picture, right? And Oh yeah, I did that in the other browser, of course. Open this browser up, pull it over, and get that album cover. We're just going to use that. We're going to set the ratio 16:9. Zoom this bad boy in. But first, we'll just make it the length of the video. Super simple. Do better on this, right? Put more effort into these things than what I'm showing you here. I'm just getting through the process for you, but I'm doing good enough for government work, if you know what I'm saying, right? So we'll scale this in. And we got our 16:9 per session going on here. All right, cool. Y'all can see that. I'll move my picture back over here now. And we don't have to do anything crazy. You can put whatever effects you want, transitions you want, right? Whatever things you want to do. Some of my favorites, intros and whatnot are here. I like to use wobbly black. Boom, I like to use that. Give it a little atmosphere. And we can, if you wanted to do some falling feathers or something, that's cool. But what I really like to do, right, is we can do the auto captions here. And this is, you got to pay for CapCut. This is not free. And pause. I just do simple videos like this. Or I'll take this and I'll go to another paid program and I'll make a video out of this picture, and then I'll put the video, the little 8-second video right at the front, and do a static image for the rest. But I don't even want to do lyric. We'll download that right there. And we're going to go to Northern Temple and put it in our folder. Now that we're in Northern Temple, I'm going to select February 2026. And this is where we'll save our videos for this month as well. And the song is Sand Spirits. See, I can't even type, guys. If I can do this, you can do this. Super easy. I'll set this to, and this is a little trick for you too, right? Set it to 24 frames per second, because then now you're gonna see it just dropped it to make it smaller, right? Now this is gonna download really quick. See at 30 frames per second, it's bigger. Watch, 234 megabytes. Now I want to change it down. We're gonna save a couple megabytes. It's gonna download and upload faster. Matters when you got an old computer like me. Now we'll export. That's downloading while our album's uploaded. For this video on how to set up our AI YouTube channel for our AI music, right? So the first thing we're gonna do, y'all watched me make this, y'all watched me build this in my last video. I haven't done nothing to it other than upload the video we made. You didn't watch me upload it, but I didn't do anything special. We're not going over uploading the video in that process. Maybe a separate video if you really need that. Nothing fancy. You can do the same things I'm doing here. We're going to use our free chat GPT and our free Canva to do this. So remember that you only need to pay for Suno AI and vidIQ for your keyword research, because that's our advertising, right? You can look at it how you want, but that's your monthly advertising budget is vidIQ. So we're going to set up the channel. So go to your channel. You watched us create it in the last video. And remember, I do all this unscripted, so bear with me. We're going to go to YouTube Studio, and there's two ways to get there. You can go to your videos, or you can go right to YouTube Studio. It'll pop up in studio.youtube.com with your channel name and number and all that. You guys can see this channel. I made this channel for you, with you, just like Russian Raps, which is doing very well. I think this one's going to do well as well. So we have our analytics. You see we got 12 views on that video. The very first thing we need to do to set up our channel, right? And I haven't even done it to this channel yet, but the very first thing you need to do, go to your studio, go down to settings, and we're going to go find this spot, and it's going to go community moderation. This is going to save you a bunch of headache, and we're going to add blocked words. Some of y'all may know this, some of y'all may not, but I highly recommend getting this done. We're going to go to ChatGPT, our free version. I'm going to say, give me a list of comma separated keywords related to, or keywords to block on my AI music channel, like spam, slop, AI, trash, etc. I always recommend being as clear with LLMs as you can. Right, you got to learn to prompt a little bit, right? But boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All these, we're going to take them right into our blocked words, and we need them comma separated, so it'll automatically do that. If not, it'll just make them all one little block. You need them comma separated. All right, now I'll do that for you. Look at that. Boom. All right, blocked words. It's going to automatically block those. Right, so all the comments with these words in them will get automatically blocked, and you don't even have to read them ever. Okay, it's going to save you some headache, especially if you're making AI music channels. People are going to be hating. Usually just ignorant people that have no idea what's going on, and they're not musicians anyway. All right. Basic, hold potentially inappropriate, right? And then save. That's the first thing we're going to do to set it up. Now, after that, it's all on you, but we're going to go to customization over here. Sorry, I was looking around the camera. Customization, upload a picture. If you'll notice, it's the same one we used as our album cover here. But we made that with ChatGPT and Canva, the free versions, by the way. So Canva even has free pictures you can use, but a lot of them you have to be on the pro plan. So we'll just go to our image and we'll just edit the old one that we already have so we don't have to rewrite the wheel. So on this free ChatGPT, let's see how it works. I haven't used this yet, so disclaimer, that image we made on the last video is the only use of this ChatGPT I've had. So let's see how these edits work. If not, do the best you can. Now make this a 16 by 9 YouTube thumbnail. And I got another trick if it doesn't pop it, and this is just going to resize it for us and add to it, right? Add to the scene, but make sure it fits in our template. Now, as it's making that, we're going to go over to Canva and we're going to create a new design, and it should give us YouTube thumbnail. Click on social media here. You can look for YouTube. Click on YouTube, and then it gives you your options. Right to a YouTube thumbnail. And that way we'll be able to do some free edits, and you know what my edits are already. Nostalgia, one of the vintage filters, and autofocus. And that's just to give the photo some depth, right? Make it look like a little three-dimensional, if you will, but not quite. And that's just my preference. I'm no artist. Boom, there's our 16 by 9 version. It has some nice depth to it already. We're going to go to our free Canva from our free ChatGPT, our free images for our YouTube channel. And you know what? As I'm doing this channel may not even let me upload this thumbnail, but I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the thumbnail probably in this image, but I'll probably change the pixels here to a banner sized image. That's what size that is for a banner. All right, but we're going to edit this first. Edit. You know, I like my nostalgic filters and nostalgia, Vento, right? These really I really think these change most of the AI photos to, you know, it helps bring out the reds, and I like what it does. And that's just all there is to it. Do what you like, right? We got vintage looks good, Vento looks good, Dream looks good, right? And this is gonna help when I like the Vento on this one. We'll go back. You know I like the autofocus. And that's just going to blur some of the stuff and give it depth, right? And hopefully focus our eye right into the center. We'll see. And move this up a little bit. Keep the sun though. Don't want the sun cut off. There we go. Now we got a nice thumbnail. We'll see if it lets us put that in the video. I think you have to be, what do you call it? Have to like put your phone number in there and get verified. So we haven't done that with this channel. I don't plan on doing it either. So I don't think you don't, not a necessary step, I don't think, unless you want to upload hour-long compilation videos and utilize thumbnails. And, you know, you can definitely SEO optimize this. Put your search engine terms in here. right? Egyptian music. I didn't do that, but make sure you do, right? And now I'm going to make one. It's a banner image. I'm going to resize. And we can, you don't have to type anything in. You can click on social media. You can go over, click on YouTube, and go to YouTube banner right there. Oh, so you got to be pro to resize. It doesn't want to let you do it for free. So what we'll have to do is, one, I'll see if it lets me upload this without resizing. Perfect. Yep, see? It'll look good. Put that in there. We got that image. We got that image. Now I'm going to see if it lets us do it for the video. But we got our name. I typed that in there. Northern Temple produces ancient music for the soul. Now we're going to take that to YouTube, or take that to chat. SEO, make an SEO optimized YouTube channel description for Northern Temple. Northern Temple produces ancient music for the soul. And look, I didn't even spell it right. Too far. I'm too far away from the screen because for the camera. Here we go. Sounds amazing. A little too long. I thought it would be. Get rid of this paragraph here. Like that one the least. Now we got a channel set up there. Got our name, We can throw our domain here if we wanted to, because we bought northerntemple.com. So we got that top level domain. I'm so surprised it's open, right, in this day and age. I'm surprised when there's good domains like that. To me, it's not a short one. It's not super short, but it's nice to have a branded domain, right? Because if this pops off, that'll become a search term. And that means that the top level domain will get the primary search for this search term. Just an FYI, in my opinion. I'm not an expert, but that's why one reason I do it on top of merch, everything else, things like that. But you don't have to do that, and definitely don't do it when you're starting out if you don't think it's going to pop off. I think this is going to do super well, or I wouldn't have showed it to you. All right, we got that uploaded. We got our everything there. Let's check out our home tab. We can set this up however you want, but turn that on. Get rid of the For You page. Remove that. I'm going to put our video here. We're not going to do any shorts right now. Not that I can or won't. I'm just not spending a lot of time on that. And once we claim this, I will move our um, published works up. Right, the music we put on DistroKid, it'll be right here as releases, and we'll move that up once it's claimed. Right, so keep that in mind. I'm probably not going to be able to go back and show you guys that. Once I claim this official artist channel, though, well, our releases may be over here, or we can add them. It just doesn't have it right now. See if it shows you. Yeah, and once you claim the channel, you'll be able to put a release there. You can spotlight something if you want, but not necessary. And we'll put our playlist right there. And you can move your playlist to the top if you want. It's your choice. I think the top two things to have are our playlists and our releases up at the top, one or the other. I like putting my releases at the top so people understand they come here that I'm a channel. This is a published works, and it seems a little more legitimate, you know. And I think that's really it. I'm going to publish, and then we'll go look at the analytics from this first video. These are probably all from you guys, I think, but we'll see. All right, channel's published, and then we should be able to go well, almost published. It's still there. We go. Now we'll go to channel. We'll take a look at it. See, we got our little picture there. People can see that. And doesn't have our home page yet. There we are, but there's our video. And there's our playlist. Homepage isn't updated yet. It'll update soon. All right, let's go look at our analytics for people that are still sticking around this far. That's really all you need to do. The most important thing is to get that stuff up there so people aren't just spamming you with terrible comments, right? Now, that's not going to help your releases. And your releases, you're not going to get notifications for comments either. So you have to manually go look in there if you want to do any kind of, damage control against the AI haters out there. Let's look at these analytics. We'll just click on the video and look at the video analytics. Then we got like 12 views, but already you can see some of them are coming from YouTube search off the rip. Okay, and our music is going to get that as well. People are going to search for almost certainly the search term there. So let's see if they show it's going to be Egyptian music, but we'll see if I can pull that up. Either way, you can see that we're already getting search traffic, which is the point, right? That means they searched and clicked on it. And we can do better with thumbnails. Y'all can do better with thumbnails. I'm not the guy, right? I'm not the guy. I'm just average at this stuff. Borderline. And most of you can do better at the thumbnails than I'm doing for sure. But now let's try to see if we can do a thumbnail without being what do you say? Yep, see, we're not verified, and I'm not going to get verified. We're going to leave this the way it is. Let me make a playlist. Let me make a video in the pictures and frames, and it's just a still image, by the way. But now we can search engine optimize the videos. I don't spend a lot of time making videos. This channel's more on publishing works, but we can publish and do the same method, right? Like if you don't have vidIQ, you can ask for comma separated search terms from chat, similar to the one that we're targeting, which is ancient Egyptian music, right? I'm not saying ChatGPT is a good place to go for keywords. I've been asked that question. I think it's a terrible place. It'll give you fake metrics, right? It's not accurate. It's not real time. So keep that in mind. But you can get a list of keywords from it because they're very similar. So give me a list of comma separated search terms for a YouTube video related to ancient Egyptian music. And spell check is awesome. Just be pushing too many buttons. There we go. Ancient Egyptian music, Egyptian ritual music, Egyptian meditation music, pharaoh music, right? This gives you a whole bunch of stuff related. So you can keep it simple, but you can also go to vidIQ, select all your keywords, paste them in here and ask it to give you a comma separated paragraph, right? So if you're using vidIQ, you can do that. But we're doing this on the cheap and the fast real quick just to show you. So when I go down here, show more, the bottom of your video, make sure you can put your tags in. Boom. That was too many, of course. It's way too many. There we are. We got enough. And we'll just save that, right? All right, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and select yes for that one and save it. And we'll save that. See what happens. See how it's treated. And I almost forgot. I'm adding this for you guys later. We're going to take the same keywords, and I told you I do this unscripted, and we're going to go back to our channel, and then we're going to go back to settings, right? I copied those keywords, and we're going to go to our channel. We're going to add the keywords and comma separated values for our channel right there, so that our channel also gets tagged with the same metadata, right? I think this is important as well. Now you can go through all your moderations and your other things, and you want to select your country of residence, and I don't know anything about anyone outside the United States, right? Press the buttons and get there, and boom, right? We don't really want to do any of this other stuff for right now, and yeah, boom, adding this to the video. There we go. That should be the full setup for the channel. So in our last video, we set up the YouTube channel, created a new artist, created Northern Temple. We're going to be targeting ancient style music, not just ancient Egyptian music. It's kind of the goal here. So we are going to be a little broad and do a little wide expanse. But today we hit Spotify. Our first album's on Spotify. So, and we now have the pop up to go claim our official artist channels. So we're going to do that over here in DistroKid. We'll go to this little tab with the 4 squares. We're going to go to special access. And then we're going to claim, the first thing we're going to claim is our Spotify artist. And then we'll claim our YouTube channel. Open both of those. Go to Spotify, select an artist. We got Northern Temple. It's going to prompt us to log in and get access. So you're going to need to create a Spotify account. Sign up with your Google account. That's what we're doing here. I'm going to try to bleep out all my information. One. Don't steal my birthday. It's mine. You can't have it. It's my birthday. So we're going to sign up for our Spotify account, and hopefully we can just claim it. I'm not going to lie. Last time I had, boom, there we go. Getting our Spotify. Choose our billing country. We're in the United States. Make sure you choose yours. Whatever country you're in. We're going to choose a label. Put your email in there. Boom. All right, so we've claimed our streams. We got no streams. This probably just hit today or yesterday. We're going to go to claim our YouTube channel. It's that simple to claim it. It doesn't have any views yet, so there's nothing to look at. And now it's going to process our data. Now we'll claim our official YouTube channel. These are the 2 most important ones to claim. Okay, probably YouTube being the most important. We're going to claim that. Yes, I have a YouTube channel dedicated. That's the bottom one we're going to click. Make sure you upload the video first like we did in our last video. And choose your email. I'm going to make sure to edit all this out. You link the right one. There we are, Northern Temple. Had to click on the right one. I clicked on the wrong one. There it is, Northern Temple. The name will match here and here. If it doesn't match, it will not let you select it. It must match exactly. Now we're claiming it. You can't take it back. Boom. We submitted our requests, right? So essentially Spotify accepted it almost instantly, but there's just no metrics. And then there's YouTube right there. So it's a pretty simple process. Okay. I'm trying to edit this out, make it a little faster for you guys. Peace.